Hello, once again. I would like to talk with you about your new game, new expansion for Destiny.
Yes.
The Forsaken. What are your plans with the expansion? We have seen Gambit, we have seen the new location, and we have seen Kite dying.
Indeed, yes. So, the tragic demise of Cade is the beginning of a brand new story. It creates a very emotional motivation for your character in the game to set out down this path of revenge, to explore the lawless frontier on the Tangled Shore, and to take on the Barons, which is this mob of crime bosses that answer only to Prince Uldren of the Reef. So that's essentially the story that we have created for you to enjoy and to experience. You're going to hunt down each of these Barons, all 8 of them, in whichever order you choose. So it's somewhat of a departure from the linear storytelling of Destiny, and we give you the power to choose the path and the flow and the structure of this new adventure. But all roads lead to Prince Uldren in a final showdown with the main target of your fury and the target of your revenge. This new adventure takes place in a destination we call the Tangled Shore. It was the domain of the Awoken in the Reef, but has been overrun by some of the most notorious outlaws in the galaxy as they breach their confines in the Prison of Elders. Forsaken also unlocks the Dreaming City, which is an endgame destination. This will be home to the biggest challenges that Destiny has to offer, including a raid and a number of other secrets and mysteries that you can plunder either by yourself or with a fire team made up of your friends. This expansion also kicks off the second year of Destiny 2. We think that will be an exciting and transformative experience for every player of the game, with new ways to really engage with the world that we've built as the site of a hobby, where you are customizing your gear and building a guardian that's really a reflection of the way you like to fight.
Okay, speaking about the Reef, do you plan to introduce the PC players to the Reef and the lore behind it somehow? For example, by making them relive the events of Destiny 1?
Mm-hmm. What we're doing with story elements is the new collections system that's actually going online with the second year of Destiny will allow every player of the game to collect story elements that they'll find as they explore these worlds, and then for the first time in the game to actually access those pieces of fiction and narrative and lore so that they can gain a deeper understanding of the places they're exploring and the characters that they're meeting along the way, and maybe even some added details about the loot that they're collecting. So we want people to have a deep and meaningful understanding of the world that we've created and the fiction that fills it, and we're really excited for the fact that we have a new system that enables you to do that right where you play.
But I believe it is somehow connected with the lore and the plot from the Taken King. Mm-hmm. So how do you feel with PC players catching up to this?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, I think we are giving people the motivation and the information that they need to enjoy the action right now. And if people are really extremely interested in understanding everything there is to know about the world and the fiction, there's obviously interactions with their fellow players in the community. There's cutscenes that they can go back and they can look at, and the Taken King cutscenes are all there and available for people to watch and enjoy whenever they want to. But Forsaken is a story that stands on its own. I don't think people will need to know a lot about what happened in the House of Wolves or the Taken King without to get the ability to get everything that we've packed into the Forsaken. Because really this moment in time is about this new enemy. And this story is about the death of a hero and the actions that your player will undertake in order to secure justice for your friend and your mentor.
Okay. You're advertising it and saying that it is the best moment for the old players to jump in on the Destiny again. Mm-hmm. Why is that?
What we're releasing here is the biggest expansion that we've ever developed for Destiny. 2 destinations, 9 new supers, a brand new category of weapon in the form of the bow. Every Guardian can become an archer now, not just the hunters. And we have 2 destinations for them to explore, tons of new systems coming online that will give them more control over how they configure their loadout or how they customize their weapons. Destiny is a game that has far more features now to support an engaging hobby as a Guardian. Whether you're going it alone or whether you're the member of a dedicated clan, we have the systems in place that you'll need to get the most out of this game. It's something that you can engage with every day, every week, or just come back to it season after season when we have new and fresh things to discover and play. There's a character boost in the game, so if you're brand new to our community, you can go and you can create a character that's ready to jump into the action on day 1. Or if you realize that your entire life up to this point has been a lie and you want to roll a warlock, in a way that is good and proper, you can create a new character and you can start with your boots on the ground as soon as the new adventure begins with the power level that you need to jump into the action.
Okay, speaking about the power level, you are increasing the power level to 400?
The power level actually right this minute is 400 because of the Solstice of Heroes event. Forsaken will have an additional power level increase. Becoming more powerful, evolving your Guardian, acquiring that power by completing your missions and defeating your enemies is an important part of Destiny. So we bring the level up to 50, and then there's new power to earn.
And the entry level for the new raid is going to be which level?
Yet to be determined. Yet to be communicated. I would encourage you to pay attention to Bungie.net, because before raids begin, we do tend to like to tell people exactly what they'll need to do, exactly what they'll need to know, and exactly when they'll need to pretend to be sick so that they can call into work. So, keep your eyes trained on Bungie.net, and we will give you your pre-mission raid briefing for everybody that wants to attempt to become world first, so that we can elevate them to the legendary status that they deserve. If you are the first person to beat our raid, we'll make sure that everyone in our community knows your name.
Okay. And another hard question about raids. How about looking for group system? Because right now there is only the functioning demand outside the game. Do you plan to implement something in the game? I know there are guided games, but usually the waiting period is quite long.
I don't have any announcements to make about that at this time.
Okay. Okay, so maybe about new supers?
9 new supers. So if you are a player like me who only plays as one class, you'll have 3 new fighting abilities, 3 new paths that you can learn and master with a super attack, melees, different grenades, different movement abilities. There's 3 for the hunters, 3 for the Titans, so there are certainly hardcore players out there that have 1 of each, and they're going to have more new combat methods to learn and embrace and grasp than ever before. You will discover some of these throughout the course of the campaign, similar to the way it unfolded in Destiny 2, in the Red War campaign, where the more you fight and the more you progress and the more you evolve, you then learn a new super attack. So these are things that will sort of unfold over time. It's another great way that the game changes the more that you play it, and we're looking forward to players discovering these things for themselves. That's one of the great things about Destiny is those moments when the game becomes fresh and new all over again because you have new tools of the trade at your disposal, or just a new way for your Guardian to become powerful and really feel like a hero.
And the Gambit is the new mode, which is getting a lot of prizes right now. Great feedback.
Yes.
I was playing it and it is really fun to play. So I plan to introduce some kind of competitive system for Gambit also. Because I have read already that you are going to introduce guild leveling with Gambit, with the new levels that are going to change some mechanics, some behaviors in Gambit.
Yeah, well, Gambit it's a brand new activity. We haven't even relegated it to the Crucible. It's not like a Crucible mode. It's on the same level as the Crucible or Strikes or Raids, and then you'll find Gambit right at the top of the director. So we see it as a top-line activity in Destiny. It's a whole brand new way to play. There are currently, ranking and reputation systems. You'll have a brand new story vendor in the form of the Drifter. You can go and engage with the Drifter and experience those bounties. In terms of a competitive system, we're going to launch Forsaken. We're going to see how people take to Gambit, and we will see how we evolve that experience for our community going forward. Our community's reaction to things is extremely important in the way we plan future updates. The fact that the raids were so popular in Destiny resulted in a larger team built to make sure that we could continue to produce them. So if our community shows us that Gambit is one of their most favorite ways to play, then throughout the course of the second year of Destiny with the season updates, we can do a number of things to make Gambit more engaging and more complex, and maybe give the Drifter more important things to do in the world of the game.
Remember, it's not part of Crucible.
It's something totally new.
Totally new.
This is why I'm so interested in it.
Very proud of the team.
And it's been humbling all summer long, ever since E3. People engaging with Gambit at E3, the global community here at Gamescom engaging with Gambit. So much of the feedback that we've been given has been wonderful, and we're really excited for everyone in our community to be able to play it, and it's available on day one of Forsaken. Players of Forsaken will be able to jump in and play Gambit immediately if they so choose. We're not holding it back like we do sometimes with the Crucible, where you have to unlock it at a certain level. Gambit is available to all, and it exists on the same level as the story campaign.
And this is the question I have about Gambit. Is it going to use the rules of the Crucible? So the light level is going to be just grounded for all characters, and you are going only to use the special abilities of the weapon, or the power level is going to affect your gameplay in Gambit?
Lars Bakken, I says, does power matter in Gambit? He says, yes, but only for the PvP part when invasions happen. Power will not be on... Oh, power will not be on the preview. So, if you have a member of your team who is more powerful than other people on your team, what you'll want to say is, you're our designated invader.
Cool.
Yeah.
I have seen on the ground floor that you are able to change the equipment during the intermission. So once the round is over, you are able to change the equipment. Is it also able during the Gambit itself? So when you are facing enemies?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, you'll be able to. We don't lock the loadouts in Gambit the way we do in some of the hardcore Pinnacle activities. In Destiny, the weapons that you use, the way you configure your arsenal is one of the most important decisions that you'll make on your journey. And during Gambit, if you find that the weapons you're using are not right for the challenges that you're facing, you just open your character, swap out that shotgun for a sniper rifle, equip a different exotic, whatever you need to do to win. And those are the decisions that will really lead to victory as much as your own personal thumb skill or your own teamwork or communication. You got to make sure you're using the right tools in the trade. Maybe reach for that two-tailed fox double rocket launcher that's going to be a brand new exotic at Forsaken.
I have seen it yesterday in the presentation.
Yeah.
It is really very nice. And once again, about Gambit, is the portal, the invasion portal, open during the final challenge with Primeval?
Yes, in fact, that has been the rallying cry of our community all summer. which is death heals primeval, and the game will tell you that. So
Yes.
if you finally summon the primeval, which is really the main objective of Gambit, is to be the first team to burn down the primeval. So when you bank enough motes to summon the primeval, and there it is, while you're fighting the primeval, the other team is still going to invade you. And if the invader from the other team can defeat a member of your team, your death is actually healing the final boss. So you can be whittling the final boss down, we're about to win, and then someone invades and kills you, and death heals primeval, and now you're a little bit further from victory. And that's one of the great things that Gambit does, is it's about your teamwork against the minions of the darkness, against the opponents that you're fighting, but all of these teams can disrupt each other at the same time. Whether it's sending an alien boss to the other side to shut down that bank and give them an immediate threat that they need to confront, or by actually sending one of their players into the other arena to engage that team directly. So it really brings together all of the best things about Destiny, all of the reasons why people love to play. Fighting aliens, fighting other players, teamwork, collaboration, choosing an important role for yourself to play on the battlefield. I think we're going to have our community discovering some of the best tactics and some of the best forms of teamwork. Timing is a factor. Like if we all bank our motes at the right time, we can shut down their bank and invade them at the same time. And those are the things that are really going to make a Gambit team more effective than the other, is their strategy and their collaboration and their sense of timing.
Let's stay with the invaders. Is the invader spawn randomized, or is it always fixed in the same place?
They'll come through the portal. Yes.
So you can just set two people to...
Oh, just to camp the portal?
Yeah.
You know what?
I've seen that happen.
Have you?
It's not good.
What? People camping the portal? Yeah.
I've seen it happen.
So people just come through the portal and someone's just right there.
Yeah.
They're like, nope.
That's so unfair. Lots of ways to play.
Yeah, this is why I'm asking if you are
Yeah.
going to randomize the spawns.
Yeah.
Or
What's nice is that he's always saying, like, Bungie loves to see the player discover, see how the players decide to figure out
Yeah.
what they're going to do. So
Yeah.
it'll be fun in a couple of weeks. Here we go.
Okay. So let's go back to PvE.
Okay.
Do you plan to introduce new kind of nightfalls or new kind of small party raids?
What we plan to do is, we have 3 strikes,
Yeah.
and then 1 PlayStation exclusive strike. We're putting the strikes on the map, so you'll be able to just go and select them when you want to play them. And that's for all the strikes in Destiny 2 now. So we're adding them all to the directory so you can go in and see those things. Pve Activities are things that we do like to add. And you will see some new Pve Activities in the Dreaming City. There's some different ways to engage with the Dreaming City, different challenges. Some of these PvE challenges will be different week over week. So you can return to the Dreaming City again and again and find different combinations of combat scenarios to challenge you and help you earn the rewards and earn the power that you'll need to take on the raid. And then over the course of the next year, with the seasons and with the annual pass, there will be many other opportunities for us to add some of those pinnacle activities that bring a fire team into contact with the minions of the darkness to fight and grow and earn and challenge themselves in some new cool ways.
So you have mentioned that strikes are going to be visible separately on the map in the directory. Are you not afraid that some of the strikes are much easier and will attract more people to play them?
People engage with content in ways that they prefer, and we like that. If people like playing easier strikes, they'll go play easier strikes. If people want a challenge and they want to sweat and they want to, beat their head against that brick wall until they learn how to outsmart the game, which is really a great way to, ultimately feel very powerful, they'll do that. What we like about the second year of Destiny is that it's very transformative in terms of the amount of power that we're putting in the hands of the player. You play the way you want, play the strikes that you want, use the weapons that you want. As duplicate versions of your favorite weapon drop, keep the one that you want and infuse the other one into it. You're going to find random perk sets dropping on weapons. You're going to find different ways to engage with strikes. There's going to be different difficulty levels with different tiers of rewards. So you really get to choose the path of your own adventure. I don't know what that is. We'll wait until it gets warm and smoky before we get up and leave.
I'm texting them.
Are you? Okay.
Okay.
Please leave. Everyone evacuate. But yeah, I think Destiny, I think people are going to find, players of Destiny are going to find that the second year of Destiny 2 is a vastly different experience. And that they have far more decisions that they get to make, and more profound decisions than which playlist should I go into. And they're going to find that there are many new systems in the game that really let them control the way they engage and have more information as to what is left out there for them to go and earn and to pursue.
Okay. And in terms of how long you have to play to get everything, like the new expansion, compared to the Warmind, for example.
Yeah, our goal is not to telegraph an end point for Destiny. Our goal is to create a world that is host to your hobby. Our goal is for Destiny to be a game that doesn't end, and a game that is constantly throwing new challenges at you, constantly providing you with new rewards that you can earn. There are completionists out there. There are always going to be elements of Destiny that are left to chance. There's always going to be, a weapon that you're still playing in the hopes of acquiring. That is a component of the mystery and the unknown element. But at the same time, even if you have all of the weapons, you may not have seen every random perk set yet. So if you have all of your guns, and then another one of those guns drops, you can pick it up and you can say, I already have one of these, but this one has perks that are so much better. So now this one was just like, see ya, and it's like, now this is my new favorite weapon. So, I think the act of acquiring loot and the act of discovering weapons is going to remain interesting for much longer throughout the course of your journey.
One more question.
One question, okay. Okay, so maybe still about PvE. Are you going to introduce a new type of the horde mode, like in the Warmind expansion, just for the Forsaken?
The Dreaming City has a number of different things for you to engage with. The Dreaming City is a place of mysteries and secrets, and I think when you go into the Dreaming City, you're going to find some interesting new ways to fight the aliens that we so enjoy battling against in Destiny. By yourself or with friends. There's going to be some interesting new ways to earn rewards, and you're going to need those things as the bridge that you build from the completion of the story campaign to the raid. So get in there and tell us what you find, and we hope you dig it.